Yeah, when you're looking to start to exit and sell your business, it's so important to show the maximum profitability over a period of years. If you can prove you have great profitability and your profits are growing year on year over a period of time, that is very, very attractive to a buyer because they have historical data to look at. And there's nothing better than historical data to give them comfort that this business is highly profitable over many, many years, and it's growing and it's going in the right direction. That would then enable you to get a high, if not very high multiple when you come to sell your business on profitability. If you were trying to hide profitability to reduce corporation tax, that would definitely affect the price you would sell your business for further down the line. So if you are between 3 and 5 years out from looking to sell your business, you really do want to show the maximum profitability over many years, and that would enable you to get a very good price for your business and a high multiple on your profitability, which would then obviously end up in the sale of your business, which the profits are maximised and it would go to you. And the more you can do that over many years, the more comfort that will give to a buyer, and more historical data makes them feel very comfortable, and you would get more money for that. So it's so important to do that. Yeah, it's so important to help franchisees maximise sales and profitability. You know, this is the franchisor's job. And you know, there's several ways to do that. Obviously, your training and your induction training has to be very, very good to start the franchisee on a really good, strong platform from the beginning of their business. That's imperative that they feel comfortable with that and they can go out comfortably and sell. Secondly, it's imperative that they have a really good, strong business development manager that can go out with them and work with them in territory and on sales and setting up the business with the franchisee to go out and sell, obviously, and get sales in and sell at the right margin so they are getting a fantastic, great profit for their ability. So when it comes down to training of your business at the beginning, an induction for the franchisee, continuous training, quality training, and a business development manager working alongside the franchisee to maximise their sales and their profitability. And also fantastic marketing as well. Obviously, you've got to have fantastic marketing as you, the franchisor, and the franchisee has to have fantastic marketing in their local area, like the area they buy. So these are all so important to drive a franchisee's performance and profitability. How do you incentivize franchisees to work hard? What I did in my previous business, I had a staggered management service fee. And what a staggered management service means is, as I said earlier, the average in franchising for a franchisor is 10% to a franchisee's turnover. So for illustration purposes, if a franchisee's turning over 500,000, the franchisor would earn £50,000 a year, which is a lot of money for a franchisee to take off a franchisee. At my previous business, I used to charge 9.2% management service fee on the first £275,000 worth of turnover. When the franchisee went past £275,000 turnover up to £400,000 turnover in that calendar year, their management service fee dropped to 6.2%. And then after £400,000 of turnover in the calendar year, if they turned over 400,000, obviously plus VAT, so once they got past 480 in that year, we only used to charge them 4.2% management service fee. So when a franchisee went past that towards the back end of the year, they were saving 66% management service fee. So that's how I incentivize my franchisees to grow your business and sales, and you will make more profit because you're paying us less. That's what I did, and I think that could work fantastic for franchisors. I've actually asked a lot of franchisors about it, but I haven't heard anyone who's ever dropped their fee. They said, no, mine's 10% and I'm keeping it. And eventually that will become a barrier because a franchisor will think, why would I go to £1 million if I've got to give you £100,000? So I do think there is a tipping point that franchisors should look at maybe reducing the management service fee. But that's what I did, and it definitely, over over a decade. I did it for it was over about 13 years ago I changed mine when we hit the recession. And it definitely drove franchisees' performance and definitely made franchisees work harder. Because back then, my top franchisee was turning over £550,000. When I sold my business in 2019, my top franchisee was turning over 1.4 million. And I can assure you, a lot of that was down to they were only paying 4.2% management service fee after £480,000. If I was getting 10%, I believe, on 1.4 million and getting £140,000 a year, I don't think a franchisee would go and drive the business to that level, because you're earning probably more than they are. And I think that would be wrong in franchising personally. Yeah, how do you control and monitor franchisee management service fees? Yeah, it's the $1 million question. It's your business development manager, working with your franchisees day in, day out. In my previous business, I had 6 business development managers working for me, and they would have about 15 franchisees each. They would be working with the franchisees every day. They would be looking at their financial performance, going through the CRM, looking at their accounts. We had an accountancy platform that I paid for all franchisees, and we could dial in remotely and look at their accounts, their profit and loss, their balance sheet. We could look at invoices. So one, we could see if there was any fiddling going on, and 2, your business development manager working alongside a franchisee every day would drive obviously performance, and we believed it would stop a franchisee fiddling their sales, so they would pay you less management service fee. I found that at my own accountancy platform that I could dial in across the whole network worked extremely well. I mean, this might sound heavy-handed. I also had a forensic accountant, auditor, that we would send randomly round to a franchisee if we believed their sales and their figures didn't look right compared to the rest of the network, and especially if they were surrounding other franchisees in their areas and they weren't growing like them. So I think all of these things can work for you to make sure a franchisee are not fiddling you and fiddling the management service fee. Yeah, a lot of franchisors look at cutting their operating costs so they can make more profit. I actually went the other way. I actually spent more money on business development managers in territory, giving real good quality in territory support for my franchisees. And I actually spent more money on national marketing, like on television and, to get more leads for my network. So I spent more money driving sales, driving support in my previous business, supporting franchisees, driving performance, driving sales, spent more money on marketing to generate leads for the franchisees to sell more. And by doing that, by spending more money on support and marketing, I actually got more sales from my network because of the 2 things I've just said, which actually reduced my operating costs because I got more turnover in and I actually got more profit in. So that is one way you can reduce operating costs without reducing your support or without reducing marketing. So I went the other way, and that is a very good way of reducing costs actually, by more sales and more profitability, because that will actually eventually drive down the overhead, because your overheads stay static but you're generating more sales and profit. So that's the way I did it.